so much, Justin. Well, in just 2 weeks, an event observing the Vietnam 50th Commemoration is going to be held here in our hometown. So to discuss the upcoming ceremony, we have brought in a hero, a Vietnam War veteran, Keith Young, joining us now in studio. Welcome to the show, Keith.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm not sure back in the day that our military sea-rationed food will have earned a spot here on National Nutrition Month.
I can tell you right now it didn't. Now, back then, I want to know real quick, Keith, we're going off script here, I apologize. Did y'all have the cheese and the MREs? You know, like
Well, the MREs for us were desirable food because if you put water with them and heated them, they actually tasted good. We ate out of cold cans.
Oh, boy.
But we would take a pinch of C4 plastic explosive to heat them.
You do what you got to do, right?
Field expediency, yes ma'am.
I love it. Okay, well, Keith, I want to start off with a little bit about your story and your service in the Vietnam War.
Yes ma'am.
Tell me about it.
Okay, well, went through 4 years ROTC at UVA.
Oh, wow.
Which at the time I didn't fully appreciate how important that was to me.
Sure.
And ended up serving at Fort Jackson as a training officer in the infantry. And ended up going to Vietnam and D Troop, 17th Cavalry, 199th Light Infantry Brigade.
Wow, look at these pictures of you seeing yourself back here.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, these are fantastic. Thank you for sharing these with us. And remind me, what was your job in the military?
I was a platoon leader for one of the 3 platoons of armored cavalry.
Okay.
We had the armored vehicles, 3 of which were light tanks.
Now, the Vietnam 50th Commemoration is entering its final year. Tell us about this year's observation specifically.
Okay, well, locally, the Vietnam Veterans of America, Roanoke Valley, Chapter 81, of which I'm a member, we've organized and sponsored events for 5 years. The National Commemoration Group has been around for a number of years. And what we're going to do is have an event on the 29th of March, which is National Vietnam War Veterans Day, will be at the Virginia Veterans Care Center in the auditorium, which is right beside the main entrance. It'll be at 3 o'clock, and we're going to have events to honor as well as memorialize those who participated, including their families, and the public is also invited.
Yeah, that's great. A good way for the public to get involved, and I think a good way for our Vietnam veterans just to be honored, as some of them were not back after the Vietnam War. So let's talk about how many years Vietnam Veterans of America, specifically Chapter 81, has been organizing these ceremonies, Keith.
Okay, I think we've been doing it for about 5 years. Nationally, they've been more frequent, and then there is a 50th anniversary pin that can be awarded to veterans, and we felt like we wanted to make that happen in the local area as well.
Yeah. Now, Keith, what makes this event significant? I mean, I know we mentioned, honoring those veterans, but I want to hear from your perspective, especially since you served in that war.
Okay. Well, those who are familiar with 20th century American history know that generally speaking, Vietnam veterans, we were not welcomed home. In fact, many were disrespected at that time.
Sure.
And this event is actually about welcoming home Vietnam era veterans. Now, the era is basically 1955 to 1975, and this applies whether you were behind a desk in Indiana, at an Air Force base in southern Italy, or in the hills and jungles of Dinh Quang, Vietnam.
Wow.
It's about all those who served, their families and friends, and the public is also invited.
Oh, I love that, Keith. No matter the job, what they did, it's not about, I don't know, you hear so many stories of the actual front line, and it's like they all mattered,
Absolutely.
The entire military that was serving during that time. Okay, so if people want to take and help observe this milestone, I encourage them to bring younger folks and get them involved in this process. Yes, the history of it. So how can folks get involved who are watching today? Where can we go and how do we sign up?
All right, the Roanoke Veterans Center has contact information, but actually the good news is one does not need to sign up.
Oh, great.
Yeah, show up at 3 o'clock on a Saturday.
Okay.
And during that time, we're going to honor those who served with the anniversary pin. 29th Division Band, which has a great history itself, will be there. There'll be a wreath laying and taps in memory of those who did not come home with us. We will have a career Marine Corps veteran as our guest speaker.
Oh, wow.
And we also have a guitarist DJ to help socialize.
All right, very good stuff. Thank you so much for letting us know about this, Keith, and for what you
Yes,
do.
sir.
Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much.
you.
Appreciate
Appreciate it
you.
very much.
Absolutely. And we'll be sure to post more information on our website, wdbj7.com. 3 o'clock, March 29th. You got to be there.